Hello students, and this is your tutorial on how to insert your exploded view into your working drawings, create a parts list, create bubbles, and then turn the entire set of working drawings into a PDF that can be easily turned in and distributed to your teacher, or in this case, if you are a engineer, turning it into your boss. So here's how it goes. I went through the last video and showed you how to create an exploded view. And at this point, you should have already created a rendered image and a set of working drawings. Those are all your multi-views. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to open your working drawings. So I'm going up to open, and I'm going to open up the working drawings for the racer here. You can see all the parts I have down on the left hand side of the browser bar. And for example, I have sheet 1 open that shows this piece right here and that it is dimensioned correctly. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to insert our exploded view in. So we're going to go up and we're going to make sure we click New Sheet. Now the period, you know what period you're in, you can place that in. And then scale, we don't know the scale yet, so we can edit that later. We're going to go ahead and hit OK. And it brings us up to a new blank sheet. Just like when placing any view in, we're going to go to Base. We're going to go to Base. And then where the file is, we're going to look for our exploded racer. That's what I called it last time, exploded racer. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And I can kind of move this off to the side with the exploded racer. It's just opening up right now. And you can see that my exploded racer is not in a view I want. What I want is I want to kind of put it in that isometric view. So I'm going to look until I find it. And if you see here, I've got my view here. This is what it looks like, my exploded view. And my scale is 1 to 4, and I think I can get away with that being a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to 1 to 1, probably a little bit too big. So we will try half scale, and we're going to place this guy about, somewhere around the left-hand side, upper left-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and left-click, and it places it down in there. I don't need any other views, so I'm just going to right-click and hit OK. And then I want to give this guy some color. So I'm going to put my cursor towards the outside where this dotted red box comes up. I'm going to double click. This view comes up, and I'm going to change the shaded. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. So there's my shaded racer. Everything's in there. All my parts, exploded view. And now I'm going to put in a parts list. And what a parts list will do is it has a really easy table that shows you, okay, here's what the part's name is. Here's where it's indicated using a bubble, which I'll show in a little bit. And then also maybe a little description, or you can put other things like volume and weight if you need to show that information. Just for us, we're not going to be showing that much. So once we're ready to put in a parts list, we are going to go to Annotate, and we're going to click on Parts List. First thing it asks us to do is select a view. So we want to make sure that what view we select is going to be our racer right here. So when we select a view, I just go ahead and select the view, click that button, click the view. Don't really need to change anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. It's going to come up. This might come up that the bill of materials view is disabled in the reference assembly. Do you want to enable it? Yeah, go ahead. You want to be able to do this to open up your parts list. If this doesn't show up, don't worry about it. So you're going to go ahead and hit OK, and you're going to get this box that now shows up. So you're going to want to place this box. I try to get it right in the corner here. It kind of snaps there, and I'm going to left click. Now once I left click, you can see what shows up. It's a nice table. It gives me my item number, the quantity of the item, and kind of a part number. We kind of consider this part name, and then our part name goes down here. And right now, description. We don't have anything for description, so we can actually get rid of this. So I'm going to show you how to get rid of it. What you're going to do is you're going to put your cursor on your parts, or on your table, parts list, and you're going to make sure it's red. And you're going to right click, and you're going to go to Edit Parts List. And the parts list editor will show up, and it shows all the columns. We want to get rid of description. So we are going to go to the upper left-hand corner. We're going to click Column Chooser. In Column Chooser, you can see all the different available properties that we have that we can put in there. So for example, we could put volume in there if we wanted to show the volume of each part. Instead here, we just want to get rid of description. So we're going to click in description on the right-hand side, then we're going to click Remove. So now we have item, quantity, part number. We're going to go ahead and hit OK. Here's what it shows. This is kind of the preview before what happens in real life. We're going to hit Apply, and then OK. And you can see here now that our parts list is exactly how we want it. Item, quantity, number. So now that we have a parts list, we have our exploded view. The last thing we do is we need to match up the item number with the part here. That's going to be done by creating a balloon. So over here, we are going to select just balloon. We don't want to auto balloon. We're just going to go ahead and regular balloon, and we're going to do this manually. It's a little bit easier. So once we select balloon, now you're just going to go out, and for each one, for example, number 1's the chassis. So I'm going to find the chassis. I'm going to click on it. It's going to create a bubble here for me. I'm going to left click again, and I can go kind of different directions, but I don't really need to do that. So now I'm going to right click the mouse and go to continue. So now my bubble's right there. It's going to allow me to keep selecting components if you read by the cursor. So number 2 is the rear hood. So I'm going to go back, find my rear hood, drag out my box, right click, continue. Then I have a wheel. Well, I only need to do one wheel. So I'm just going to do one wheel. There's 3. Number 4 is an axle. I'm going to go ahead and create an axle. Then I have a strut. I believe this is the strut. Yep. So there's number 5, the strut. Number 6, I have the front hood. I just click on the front hood, drag this off, right click, continue. My spoiler, I have 2 spoilers. I only need to show 1. They're both the same spoiler, so there's 7. 8 is the cockpit. So I'll just click on that, drag that up, right click, continue. And then I have 1 sideboard. So I'm going to go ahead and put the sideboard over here and continue. So if I look here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So I have all 9 parts. That's my exploded view. So if anybody looks at it, they can say, okay, number 1, it's pointing to this piece, and that is the chassis, and there's only one of them. So that is a awesome way to show your exploded view, to bubble it, and make a parts list. Once we're done, we're just going to go ahead and cancel out of the balloons. And our exploded view, you can see here, is sheet 10. Well, we don't want that to be sheet 10. We want that to be the actual second sheet we have. So you can just click and hold, and you can drag this all the way to the top. So now sheet 1 is my exploded view. Sheet 2 just starts my working drawings. So this is to kind of get your working drawings set before we go into the next spot. So you want to make sure that you have your exploded view done. You have all your multi-views completed all the way from all your parts. And also you have completed your rendered image. Once you are ready, once you have all of that, you can move on to the next step. And that's going to be exporting this as a PDF and combining the PDFs. So we'll start that right now. To make this a PDF, that is a portable document format. Pretty much any computer can open it. Even if they don't have Inventor, they'll be able to open this. We're going to go to Inventor, and we're going to export, and then we're going to export this as a PDF. So the Inventor application menu, export, PDF. Now we're going to export to PDF here. Save as type, PDF files. It's very important that we have to click options here. In options, right now it's only set to create the PDF for the current sheet. Well, we want all sheets. So we're going to click all sheets. We're going to click OK. And then we're going to just give this a name. I'm going to keep this Racer Working Drawings. Go ahead and hit save. The program's going to go through. It's going to export each of the sheets. And you're going to see here now that it opens up the PDF and each part. So there's each part all the way down. And now what we can do is we can finally create our final working drawings. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a PDF. And we're going to create it from multiple files. So now we're going to add the files. We're going to click Add Files. We are going to go to the U drive or wherever you saved it. I saved it in my A&E folder, Racer. We're going to add in the rendered Racer. And we are going to go ahead and add in the Racer Working Drawings. Now once we have those two, we're going to go ahead and combine those by clicking Next. We're going to create the PDF. It will go through, it'll create it. We are going to save this, and we're going to save this as our finished working drawings. Go ahead and hit save. And you will see now, if you go on the left-hand side and you hit this little paper button, that you have your rendered, you have your exploded, and you have all your parts going down. Now you can go ahead and save it by a name that your teacher tells you to and turn it in.